Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Las Vegas, site to race number 13 and the halfway point of the regular season for the 2008 NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series season. And alongside me once again is Stephen Paul III.
Hello, guys. We're coming back from the slot machines.
Johnny Gardner will start on the pole for duel number 1 alongside Isaac Flickinger. Sam Young, James Qualls, row 2, with Jeffrey White, Jack James, row 3. Jonathan Zorline, William Brock in row 4, and Alexander Rowe, Time Pollard will make up row 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand over to Steven for his thoughts and predictions on the duels.
Well, unless the I-9 changed, last year was a snooze fest to say the least. We only saw pit stop change strategy. Bill Bragg Jr. and William Duncan, only the two active winners at the track, are in this race. So it's definitely going to be interesting. And after our final row here is just going to be raw power. But after last weekend at Charlotte, we decided to go no caution, so we have a little bit of strategy here. We don't have the possibility of a green-white check because that's a pain in the ass. So we're going to see how that plans out. These drivers have now got to be more aggressive to get to the front. They don't have the advantage of caution, and we will have a green flag pit stop. So we'll see how drivers can maneuver that strategy to get into the race and see how that works.
So let's go trackside for the command first in this one.
Drivers, start your engines!
So command has been given. Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I knew that was coming on. It somewhat was a mixture of holding it in and not.
I see.
As field rolls off, looks like the entire field gets going at least. Worth mentioning that drivers that will be locked in. Oh. Whoops. There we go. Worth mentioning that drivers that will be locked into this one in the winner's row will be the 87 of Max Anderson, who actually both of them are in this duel. So you have Max Anderson in the 87, and you have Isaac Flickinger in the 2 that are both going to be locked in via the winner's row. Also locked in on via points is Mary Shelley, Chris Wilson, Tristan Wilhoit, Ryan George, and Henry Sanford. And I don't think he's in this duel.
No,
he's in the other one.
You know, a suggestion for going forward is we should put R near the drivers who've never ran the track before, as Isaac did not attempt last year because it was a COT race.
Well, I mean, still technically not a rookie, so that's what we're going with. I mean, technically a rookie at the track. I understand what you're going with.
Yeah, well, they made Mark Barton put rookie stripes on his car, Kentucky. But anyways, we're going green flag here.
As the green flag is out, and we're rocking and rolling here from Vegas.
Imagine winning 49 races and they make you put a yellow bumper on the sticker. Imagine imagine those frames that bad.
Okay, because I hadn't taken anything out of my computer yet, so I'm thinking that's why.
Holy racing. We didn't see this much racing last year at all. Everybody going crazy here.
So Sam Young making the move for the race lead on Johnny Gardner, and they're 3 wide behind him for third.
Yep. Anderson also trying to make his first, well, he will make his first Vegas start. Oh my God, people are doing the Charlotte line over here.
Isaac Flickinger, though, but here's the difference. They're keeping out of the wall.
Oh, that's very true. Everybody learned their lesson.
Sam Young clears for the race's lead, though, up front, so Johnny Gardner back to second. To be fair, it doesn't really matter what Gardner does. He's already clinched the front row if he can keep the car in one piece. I'm
telling you, Sam Young's on the roll of his life. He won the All-Star race second last weekend, leading right now. Holy crap, 34 is fast.
Jeffrey White into third, Isaac Flickinger fourth. The battle currently is for fifth as James Qualls up the track off turn 2.
And you can see Qualls' scheme. He's running the 2009 preview, so good job, James. You're into the future.
Or looking ahead, Time Pollard up the track in the 83.
Is it a burn or is it a play? No, Time Pollard hitting the wall.
No, they're keeping out of the wall. Right now, Alexander Rowe taking a peek on Jonathan Zorline will actually get the spot there. That's P5.
Zorline in a new paint scheme. I think it's vote for AMP or something on the side of it.
Try and get a closer look for you. I don't exactly remember.
Me neither.
That's about as best a look as I can get you there on the front straightaway.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. William Duncan, like I said, he won back here all the way back in season 1 in the 45 car.
As
Long time ago.
Yeah, and right now running in 7th in this duel, but granted, just needs to be top 16 other than Johnny Gardner. Currently in the transfer spot the last time around was the 83 of Time Pollard.
Yeah, James Ellison was still in like 5th grade when he won the race here.
And actually, he just took that spot away from Braddock, who's now battling for the transfer spot with Cole Deaver.
Yep, JT, who's in the brand new Slim Pack car, he's trying to get up here and trying to pass the 33.
Trying to make sure that he doesn't have to rely on the winner's row if possible. Braddock trying to fight around that outside, though, through 3 and 4.
Yeah, the 17 number won here with Patterson, but not with... Well, the driver did win here, too, also, so that's a good whammy for them.
Yeah, the numbers won here, and Braddock won here last year in the 22.
That should bode well for LeDuc, who's up there in the race right now in the 45 car ahead of Time Pollard.
Well, LeDuc just wanted to make sure not to do what Tom Shelley did.
Yeah, the 45s won, they've flown through the air, and they DNQ'd, so they got the whole trio going on here.
Oh, yeah, they won with Duncan, that's right. Duncan won with them in the 45, yeah.
Very
Kyle
forgettable.
Matthews currently in 13th, getting the spot away from Baranowski's on the outside of the track.
And we've seen more passing at the start, but much to the grin as last year, as these big boxy cars with dirty air can't race single file in the first 13 rows.
We're just not showing it, but they're still side by side up
There
here.
we go. Hey, I was trying to make it good, like realistic racing terms, how it was.
Well, I mean, the problem is they're still racing up here anyway. Zorline now under
Yeah.
attack from Brock as Brock looks to go to the outside there of the 88. Now going to be under
It's just-
attack from William Duncan.
It's just the dirty air. You
Oh,
your
45 lost a
momentum-
lot of ground.
Yeah, he must have got up high. Your momentum just stalls when you get behind somebody. It's tough to pass.
Well, and as you're saying that, Braddock still fighting around the outside of Cole Deaver. Currently has the transfer spot, doesn't want to give it up there to JT Bryant, who's looking to the inside.
You got Jackie Tang, William Flickinger, who's trying to make his first career start at the track too.
Well, right now, JT Bryant's the one running in the transfer spot in the 42. 75 making some moves up towards towards this group.
Robert Pollard's coming up to the group. I didn't expect that.
Jackie Tang now to the inside
Whoa,
of the
rewind.
17. That's for 18th.
Brett Moma's in the back with Tim Randolph. I believe that's Tim Randolph behind the... Yeah, Tim Randolph's there.
There's the 60.
Yep, LeDuc is falling out of grace right here. Cole Devers looks like he's going to fall out of grace too.
Well, Deaver currently now, last scored in the transfer spot. Gave it up to, actually gave it up to Jackie Tang.
Yeah, Jackie Tang's been struggling this season too as he's coming up here.
Well, struggled early on. Well, he didn't struggle the first 2 races, didn't struggle to make races, and then is starting to get back into form, I guess. As Kira Arente grabs 8th away from William Duncan, or Duncan's trying to get 8th back. I don't know, one or the other.
Yeah, Sam Young's got a lot of momentum right now. He's looking really good, like I said. Oh, boy,
Just controlling the pace up there in that 34. Meanwhile, battle for 3rd between Jeffrey White, Isaac Flickinger.
Jeffrey White definitely needs a good run. He hasn't had a top 20 since his 4th at 3 unit.
Well, and Zorline's up here. William Brock also in that battle in the 20.
Yeah, Brock didn't run as good as we thought he would at Charlotte, but granted, a lot of people had issues at Charlotte.
And we were talking about, it looks like that is the on the scheme for the 20. I don't see a store number on it.
Yeah. 15, Alexander. It looks like a little more pack racing than last year. They're not single file around the track, so that's good. They're actually passing more, which is awesome.
And that outside line. Well, look at Zorline. Just shoved the 16 up the track, takes to the middle.
Yeah, well, Zorline, I believe, has 2 career starts. Pull up the stat sheet.
Zorline trying to go around the outside of Flickinger through 3 and 4 now. Alexander Road tried to go to the middle, but wasn't quite able to make that move work. So now Zorline again battling with William Brock, but now this is for 4th instead of for 6th.
Yeah, Zorline finished 13th in the defunct 44 car, so that was one of his best runs when the car made the field.
Well, 44 that at that point was Hendrick.
Yeah, and they were Piss
3 wide
poor off.
again. Here comes Alexander Rowe going to the low line.
Whoa, God. Remember, no cautions. If you wreck, you're done. So
Yeah, basically.
that's kind of why we implement strategy for that one right there. As 88 car is way up the hill.
And that is definitely not the line that will work. Jeffrey White now gets the spot back from the 88. Currently, Jackie Tang still running in the transfer spot in the 50.
Didn't Carl Long win one of these mock races you did? You said a couple months ago.
Yeah. And then Stanton Barrett also won one somewhere.
As you can see, this is not the real life. This is not this is fantasy now.
Meanwhile, the 17 has gotten the transfer spot away from the 50. I saw this and I thought that was for the transfer spot. No. Bill Bragg Jr. now moved back into the transfer spot in the 17 car. Battle in front of him between Time Pollard and JT Bryant.
JT Bryant actually doing something. Henry Williams has back-to-back top fives. He's up there ahead of Duncan right now.
And I see something that's not going to be a good sign for most people. Max Anderson only up to 23rd right now in that Furniture Row Chevy.
Well, DNQ last season, and Anderson has only had about 20 DNQ laps last year at the 27, actually, sorry. So doesn't have a lot of experience here, so it's definitely showing right now.
Well, and he's going to grab 22nd away from Cole Deaver there, it looks like. Clears him up off turn 4. Sets his sights now on the 60.
Is that Amy Shelley back there?
Yes, 25th.
That is not what Brett Momo wants to see.
That is definitely not what Brett Momo wants to see, considering he's in 24th and you can see that 78 in his rearview mirror.
Who else is behind them? I think there's some guys struggling back there.
Well, dude, Zach Rogers, another 2-time winner.
That is not what Jesse Turner wanted to see. Jack Halleck.
Olivier, Halleck, and Wilson back here.
So we're on race 13, Charles said, right?
Yes, this is race 13.
Since finishing 14th at Atlanta, his best finish is 36th in the last 11 races, and with 8 DNQs.
That's
he got
referring
a
to
bit
the 07.
Wait, what?
That's referring to the 07, right?
No, that's the 27 too.
Oh. William Brock now trying to get the 4th spot away from, or trying to clear Isaac Flickinger for 4th spot, I should say.
No, better correction. 5 straight DNQs for Halleck. The last race he made, he finished 40th. So it's definitely been a struggle for that 2017.
Now Jeffrey White going to try and pass the 20. So Flickinger now gets 4th back away from the 20. Battle once again is for 5th.
We're almost done with this race too.
Yes. Only 6 to go.
This is a very quick duel. We only won, what, like 16 minutes? Wow, that's 11-minute race so far. Damn.
Might actually be able to stick around for Duel 2, and we might be able to do it in one night of recording.
I might able to. Oh, God.
Aaron Thade put the 88 up in the middle, and that actually allowed Brock to get a good run through 3 and 4.
Yep, people are closing
And Aaron
back
Thade
up.
lost a ton of momentum there.
She did.
Here comes Jack James in the 28 now.
Looks so the transfers would be 17th, right, or would be 15th?
Currently it would be 17th. So right now, Alger Baranowskis in the transfer spot in the 11. As Matthews and Duncan now battle for 12th.
Tom Pollard, Jack
James cleared the 37. Here comes the 18 now.
Yeah, Brock and the Zorline and the 20 will knock it off each other here.
They're still going at it. I don't think they've left each other at any point in this race.
I don't think so at all either.
Qualls looking for a way around the 88 maybe as they go into turn 3.
Yep. Let's see.
Has Matthews trying to rim right it. Not quite able to make it work. Looks like Duncan's going to be able to get that spot away as they go down into turn number 1. And just as I say that, never mind. Kyle Matthews is going to try and use that outside line to his advantage. Not going to make it work, though. Duncan clears them, and Time Pollard trying to do the same.
Yeah, Time's missed about last 3 races in a row, so this is the race where Kyderman's going to miss. So.
And JT Bryant now also going inside of Kyle Matthews.
Yeah, it looks like Robert and Tang need to work together to get that 11 car right there. We're coming to 2 to go. Do they pit?
Well, we're on 2 to go already.
Yeah.
So field has taken 2 to go.
Braddock's
It doesn't
slow.
look like they're going to actually have to pit in this duel. They will have to pit in the main race, so there is that. As coming
And
off turn number 4, it's then these two, just as the class of the field, they're 4
Oh.
seconds up on third.
Ratings check. No, I'm kidding.
Well, actually, ratings check would prove what I already knew about the 34. That he
What,
has
they're
the
fast?
highest minimum for this race. Because actually, Sam Young, as a combination of having short speedway as his best stat and his success at Vegas, actually has the best minimum rating.
Can I go to the lots? Can I go to the slots with him, please?
Sam Young will cruise
Dominate.
to a dual win here at Vegas.
No, not just cruise. Oh God, photo finish.
And just looking back through at the line, Baranowskis gets the final transfer spot.
And Robert finishes 18th. A massive F for Robert.
There were 4 race winners in this duel that all finished below 17th. So
Well, that's another. Oh,
that means what we do know after this duel is Max Anderson will be starting from row 18. That's one thing we know. We also know Brett Moma's going to the house because winner's row will not be a possibility for him.
the 33, the 75, 27's going to the house.
Actually, also worth noting, 78 can't fall back on the winner's row because the 19 gets winner's row priority.
The 78 DNQs, that'd be hilarious. Considering Amy has one of the best stat line.
Actually, no, not for this track. So those that will race their way in: Sam Young, Alexander Rowe, Jeffrey White, William Brock, Isaac Flickinger, Jonathan Zorline, James Qualls, Jack James, Henry Williams, Kira Arenthade, William Duncan, Time Pollard, JT Bryant, Kyle Matthews, Bill Braddock Jr., and Alger Baranowskis. We'll take a break for a moment, and then we'll bring you back for duel number 2.
Drivers, start your engines!
Command has been given for duel number 2. You see the lineup there as they get ready to roll off the pit lane.
Who won? Who started on the pole in Duel 2 last weekend?
In Duel 2 last weekend was the 7, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's Henry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So nobody is a winner at this track, and there's a lot of rookies in this one, so it's gonna be interesting.
And so this week, Pretty Shaw actually is the one that ends up with the outside pole, because you see that the 01 was on the front row. Slower than the top 2 in Duel 1 by 1/10 of a second in terms of the single lap speed.
Time Pollard has ran here since season 1, so that's gonna be interesting.
So with that, Johnny Gardner has locked up his 2nd pole in a row.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I don't know what I don't get it, because these were re-rated specifically for Vegas ratings just before we got ready to go, and somehow, despite there being some people that have 40-90 or 50-90 or 50-100, he still managed to get the pole.
Yeah,
So
Steve's 27th.
oh well. So with that, pace car is off, and we're underway with Duel 2.
Whoa.
Brian Hart with an interesting move.
Okay, Brian.
As Pretty Shaw going to clear into turn number 1. Let's see if Mark
George.
George has anything to say about that down the back straightaway.
We haven't seen Mark do anything this year, but he did win in a mile and a half in Texas last year, so he does have a mile and a half good stats.
Not to mention, he is the most aggressive driver in this field, and somehow we managed to get to Duel 2 without actually having Facebook go off. Whoops. So actually, this one's going to have a rare commercial break. We'll be right back. Back live here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jessica Shelton trying to go for 2nd on Pretty Shaw down into turn number 1. Henry Sanford going to follow through in the 7. Looks like that might open the door as well for Mary Shelley in the 08 car down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Pretty Shaw is falling back here. Here comes Fitzwater's been running really good the last few weeks here, too.
Fitzwater in the 29 going to follow through as well. 3 wide back there around the 1 and the 5.
Like we said, like the first one, you got to take it easy here. You can't wreck. Don't make too much crazy moves. It's back here. They're going pandemonium here.
Marcus Ambrose, the lifelock car in there. Ethan Keiderman, who knows that he cannot fall back on the winner's row. Oh, and around goes the 13.
Well.
Delon Ebrahimi and Rob Evans caught up behind it. Austin
our
LaPlante and
first-
Charles Sanford as well get affected.
I think Charles is starting to cry in the booth.
This would be Charles Sanford's third straight DNQ at Vegas if he cannot get in.
Jesus, Charles, you just hate fans, man.
So currently, last time by in the transfer spot was the 5. You see the smoke from turn 3 there. Abrahamian, Ethan Keiderman, Rob Evans not gonna probably advance or race their way in, I should say.
How many points is Keiderman ahead of 30th?
Keiderman was 97 back of 30th coming in.
Well, this is going to be a first of something this year.
Shelton now in the second. Henry Sanford's third. Mary Shelley's fourth. Right now the battle is for 5th, and I say that there's a battle for 6th. Matt Duncan trying to go for the move on Pretty Shaw.
The
As
01
Sky
car
Commons
is
tries
dropping.
to pass Zachary Fitzwater.
The 01
and will
is
do
dropping
so.
like a rock.
Well, to be fair, all she has to do is just keep her car in one piece. Peter Onjak in the 07
How
making a move
about
up to the front.
Onjak's on like 5 straight DNQs himself too. Here he comes.
Dylan Young, and Matt Dixon in his return to the series after his
Welcome back.
injury. Didn't know what I was trying to say there. Dylan Young stuck behind the 01. Put the bumper to the Principal Financial Group Chevy.
But the bumper.
Gene Sanford also goes and clears. So
Here comes,
Sanford's going to try and
Wilhoit.
move up to 11th. Tristan Wilhoit going to follow through as well in 12th. Remember, if the 01 falls out of the top 16, then we're only going to take the top 16 anyway. So
Yeah, it looks like we're heading there.
it only matters who's in the top 16 outside of that 01 car. Right now, a battle for that transfer spot between the 84, 40, and the 44.
Yeah, that's
I think the 44 just got it. I think the 84 just fell out.
Of course.
Logan York also on the outside looking in. Samet Ozkan on the outside looking in the 8.
Man, that's been horrible this year.
And Pretty Shaw now back on the inside now of Dylan Young.
Yep, we got 17. Are you gonna lap the 1 to 13?
They might. Yep, Adam McDowell in the transfer spot. Well, let's see. They might. Who knows? Jessica Shelton
comes
trying
Jess.
to close in on the 66 and possible battle for the race lead.
Yeah, Jess is having a struggling season herself too.
Allie Nelson trying to take 15th away from Brian Hart.
Yeah, Nelson's been trying to make her 91st career start the last 3 weeks.
92nd. She's at 91
Thank you for
starts.
the correction. Thank you for the correction.
Is Nelson now going to try and pass Dylan Young, who was stuck on the outside of Pretty Shaw? Couldn't quite make that move work.
And
As the
remember,
two
Pretty Shaw's starting
Ganassi
on
cars trying to work their way up to the field.
pole. No, Jesse Turner hasn't made a race. He's been pretty awful besides his win, so he's trying to prove the haters wrong.
Well, and Turner going to have to race his way in because the winner's road's not a possibility for him today.
And he cannot buy into the field because he's 180 points or more behind 30th.
I love how you just try to call that a buy instead of what it actually is.
What is it called?
I mean, it's literally, what would be the term for it in real life? Buying the spot? I don't know.
Yeah. 3 wide.
3
John.
wide
This
with
might not
Brian
work.
Hart, Dylan Young, Turner up towards the fence. As the two Michael Waltrip racing cars, the 55 and 44, are the last 2 drivers in the field right now.
All 3 Michael Walter cars are in this race, I believe.
I believe so. There's the 00. Oh, just
Mac
got
Helton.
moved up the track by Kenny Moma.
Kenny Moma's like, damn, I gotta take this last space.
Well, I mean, that was for 23rd spot.
Yep.
I mean, it does matter. It all matters in terms of like starting spot, because even if you don't qualify, you're deciding your starting spot for the D&Q race.
Good battling here. Seth Cole leading. Seth has been having a.
Well,
Hendrick
leading this
always-
battle, Adam
Whoa,
Flickinger checked up on the inside line. That allows Ozkan to clear him around the outside. Steve Pollard back there in the 82. Derek Hamill still back there as well. Marcus Ambrose, after getting caught up somewhat behind the spin, he's caught back up to this battle.
Charles Sanford, the massive F.
Delan Abrahamian, Ethan Keiderman now battling for 30th. They are a straightaway ahead of the leaders.
Yeah, they got 10 laps before they catch them.
As currently, this is a battle for the 8th position between Matt Dixon and Zachary Fitzwater.
Yep, that's a good battle right here. Fitzy's been running better too, so that's good for him. Hopefully he doesn't fail a drug test.
I doubt he will. I don't expect him to. He's performed. As Gene Sanford trying to take a spot away from Fitz. I mean, the only thing that gets Fitzy anywhere close to being anything is the lap cars, and that's more being drunk.
Well, I think you would want to. I think it would. What causes you to do drugs is when your wife has more pulls at a track than you.
Ooh. As Dixon now trying to close in on the 6 of Matt Duncan.
Yes, that's actually a true fact. As the 70 car checks up here.
Gene Sanford now trying to pressure the 29.
Yep. Yeah,
that is about for 9th. Looks like what it is actually as the tires wear, this outside line actually becomes a little bit better.
Yeah, Adam McDowell, Dylan Young is now the transfer spot.
Yes, 24 car. Actually, now it's going to be Brian Hart, it looks like.
Yep, in the 55. MWR nail biter right here. Here comes Pollard back there.
Stephen Pollard third, the 84. Under attack from Seth Cole in the 5.
Yeah, the 5 car is fallen from grace since they had Chris Washer at the wheel.
And Seth, holy crap. He made that move in the corner and completed it before turn 1.
That 5 car is strong.
Definitely coming on strong at the end of the run. We'll see if that does him any good for trying to pass the 55 car.
Yep. Let's see.
As Fitzwater has now not only been passed by the 47, but also the 99. Here comes Ali Nelson in the 40.
New paint scheme for the 40 car. Our best crit finishes second at Sonoma, but to actually Tristan Wilhoit in season 4. So trying to up that.
And Nelson will clear the 29 down the back straightaway.
Peter Onjak, his last start was where are you, Peter? Right here. His last start was a 41st at Mo Sports, so he hasn't made a race in a while.
As Dixon now looks like he will finally clear Matt Duncan as they go off into turn number 1. Duncan now under attack from Gene Sanford, and the 47 will clear the 6 off turn 2.
Good move by that rookie driver. Duncan didn't know how to handle Gene right there. Veteran Preston. Here comes Woolhoy, another veteran of the series in the 99 car.
And Duncan taking the fight back to the 47 through 3 and 4.
That was he tried.
Well, he's still there. Wilhoit now going to try and pressure his teammate. How much does he really want to put on the pressure, though?
Side note, the 5 car just passed the 55 for the transfer spot.
Yep. So Brian Hart now on the outside looking in, and they have to race away. Well, that's not something I would have expected to see.
Yeah, that's not something I wanted to see either.
As here comes Adam Flickinger. Derek Hamill is a little too late, though, for these guys to actually get up into the top 17.
This is...
So far, no one a lap down yet. As Adam McDowell now is catching the 01.
poor Pretty Shaw.
She will start second on Sunday, worth mentioning. So
yeah, she might be 42nd by the first pit stop.
As Ali Nelson now on the outside line, Wilhoit and Duncan going to try and overtake the 40.
Yep.
And we're under 5 laps to go. Good battle there as the 6 not going to be able to clear Ali Nelson yet down the back straightaway.
Where's the 1 and the 13?
As there they are, new leader at Vegas is Jessica Shelton in the 21 car.
Good run by Jess right there. She takes Sky Commons, who's been on a roll
Sky Commons,
lately.
worth mentioning, a Las Vegas resident, still calls Auto Club, I believe, his home track, but does live in the Las Vegas area now.
Three straight top 10s in the race that they made from. How about Peter Onjak? That's the biggest surprise for me.
looking for 4th on the 7, as Sky
Wow.
Commons now will lead as they get 2 to go here at Vegas.
Who pissed in his Wheaties? Man, that's amazing.
As Shelton now has to check up. That's going to open the door for Mark George down the inside line. And Onjek going to follow through, trying to take 3rd away from the 21.
Holy crap, we're coming to 2 laps. We're coming to the white flag.
And it looks like Peter Onjek going to be able to not only make this race, but have a top 10 starting spot.
Yeah, that's not something I would have said coming into this. He has his finish this year has been 41st, 36th, and 6th, and the rest DNQs.
And Shelton and Henry Sanford now battling for 4th. Sanford will clear the 21 off turn 2. Onjek setting his sights on the 66 maybe down the back straightaway, making the move into turn 3.
07's fast.
It will be Sky Commons who's going to win the duel. Shelton makes the move on the 7, coming to the line. Going to actually get him as well. Drag race between the 07 and 66 goes to the 07 of Peter Onjek.
That is not what Austin planned. I mean, Rafael Duke wanted to see. That means
Worth
he's going
mentioning, 21 able to make a move through turns 3 and 4 and actually clear the 7 by the time they got to the line. So worth mentioning that for the race.
Derek Hamill came from 19th out of nowhere.
So Sky Commons on a local track for him gets the dual race win. Does that mean something for him for Sunday maybe? Peter Onjek also racing his way in. Mark George, Jessica Shelton, Henry Sanford, Mary Shelley, Matt Dixon, Gene Sanford, Will Hoyt, Matt Duncan, Allie Nelson, Jesse Turner, Zachary Fitzwater, Dylan Young, Seth Cole, and Brian Hart take home the transfer spots.
We had a wreck because the 05-46 passed the 9 to the 09.
And Adam McDowell is a lap down.
Yeah, that was a wreck here. We could probably show it now if we want.
Yeah, we might as well. So you will not have seen this on side by side because we will have shown it right now.
Oh, something major
something
happened.
happened.
He was 14th. Is he gonna break?
Well, something caused him to come to pit lane. He just had to pit.
And he's gonna get run over. It looks like here.
So he gets down to the apron.
Huh. I wonder why Rob Evans is so far behind them.
Well, remember, Rob Evans actually was caught up behind the spin. Looks like the 05 just passed the 9.
Wow, that you got. Do you know how bad you got to be?
So that will have done it here. I'm not quite sure what happened for Adam McDowell, but unfortunately it takes him not only did it take him out of the transfer spot, but it also takes him out of this race. Or it'll send him to the house, is what I mean.
At least the 44 car won the DNQ race last year.
So with that, Steven, your final thoughts on this one?
Really good race. I mean, a lot better, much better than last year for sure. The bigger field's definitely going to make it things. Sky Commons grip. Peter Onjek, the biggest surprise of the day for sure. Matt Duncan will make it. And with Matt Duncan making it, that means Brett Momo will expand the DNQ points lead when we get to that. Pretty Shaw is going to be in the way on Sunday. All 5 Hendrick cars look like made the race for the first time this year, so that's good for them. Charles
Sanford. We had the 25s on the pole.
Yep.
Did the 88 raced in, so that's the 2. 524 raced in, 48 raced in, yeah. So all 5 are in.
Yep.
Just a matter of whether or not that actually happened at any previous point.
Ethan Keiderman might be going to the 83 car. That's not confirmed yet. Samet Ozcon misses another race. It's going to be a good race on Sunday. We have the truck race to get some rubber down there. Hamill and Fliginger will use provisionals. Definitely can't wait to see. And this will be the first time in a long time all 3 Ganassi cars have made it too, so good job to them. Barry Shelley's going to try to get the points lead back with Max Anderson's struggle. Looks like going to happen. So me and Charles, well, Charles can't afford the slot machine because the 05 can't make a race. So I'm going to go hit the slot machine and then come back to do the truck race.
Well, I mean, might have to. I don't know. We'll see. We might have to just to see what will happen.
Yeah, you need money to get the car back home on the transponder, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So with that though, congrats to Sky Commons and oh shit, I'm already forgetting who. I'm blanking on who. Wow, that's really terrible short-term memory.
Sam Young.
Thank you. Congrats to Sky Commons and Sam Young on the dual wins. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Gordon Fan 291, and for Stephen Paul III, you've been watching a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys. Have fun.